Hi there. I just wanted to take a minute to weigh in on the California 53rd Congressional District election 2020. So here goes. We have two candidates. One is Georgette Gomez. All right. Here's Georgette on her website, georgettegomez.org. She says she's a proven progressive for the people, believes in a lot of progressive reforms and things that you can find out about on her website here. I want to jump over to her endorsements page. So here are organizations that are endorsing Georgette Gomez. The California Democratic Party. Wow, it's a big one. California Federation of Teachers. That's another big one. California Nurses Association, another big one. Sierra Club is another big one as well. And she's got tons and tons of labor in here, different labor political action committees supporting Georgette Gomez, including the County of San Diego Workers, SEIU. So much good stuff in here. Look at this. Progressive Caucus and Justice Democrats both endorse her. That's good. Those are big ones. Then we have community leaders. We've got Bernie Sanders. We got Elizabeth Warren, Juan Vargas, Tony Cardenas. So these are all California Congress members and other congressmen and women from Wisconsin, Rhode Island, California, Washington. Pramila Jayapal. Wow, Ro Khanna. Wow, big names in here. That's cool. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. We got Tony Atkins, our very own District 39 state senator. Glad to live in her district. We also have Todd Gloria is running for mayor, Anthony Rendon, our current state assembly speaker, Lorena Gonzalez, Nathan Fletcher, a lot of people from local San Diego politics. Barbara Bry, the other person running for mayor. So we've got a lot of local support here. Wow, for Georgette Gomez. Cool. Let's jump over to Sara Jacobs. All right, who is Sara Jacobs? She is apparently, she says she is a scholar in residence somewhere on here where she talks about she's a scholar in residence at the University of San Diego currently. So what that is, I'm not totally sure, but she is not in a public office, and I haven't found any public office that she has ever held other than being a policy advisor for Hillary Clinton's failed 2016 presidential campaign. She was a member of the Obama administration in some form. I'm not sure. I couldn't find any specific information about that. Okay, let's jump over to Sara Jacobs' page of supporters on her website. Supporters, notice how she uses the word supporters instead of endorsements. So, and supporters means that some of the people on this page may not actually be endorsing her for the office, but may just support her in some way. It's a little misleading, to list things like this. So we have California Lieutenant Governor is a supporter. Colorado Governor is a supporter. Katie Porter is a supporter. All of these people are supporters and not necessarily endorsers, okay? So we've got a handful of congressmen and women, and then we've got, I counted only seven local leaders on her page here listed as supporters and not endorsers. Okay, so then we have there's a few labor unions in here, not really, a bunch of, PACs and different organizations. We've got California State Association of Letter Carriers, Teamsters Joint Council 42, International Longshore and Warehouse Union, okay, and the East County Chamber of Commerce. Look at that. So there's a handful of labor unions in here, and not many actual, real, solid endorsements, unlike Georgette Gomez. It's interesting to look at, the endorsements page for Georgette Gomez and the supporters page for Sara Jacobs. But it begs the question, why is Sara Jacobs so high in the polls? And why did she do so well in the last election? Well, if you live in San Diego, anywhere near District 53, you undoubtedly have received a number of mailers and seen television ads and online ads and all kinds of ads about Sara Jacobs. All right, here's a couple that I've got recently in the mail. You can see, we need new leadership. Okay, here is one about recovering from the coronavirus. and so forth. Small business, Sara Jacobs for Congress, showing her as having marched in some way or protested in some way. So she's got all of these mailers going out there trying to paint this image of her, okay, which is very, very interesting. And then if you look back on her website, she does mention that we need members of Congress who work for our community instead of fighting for time in front of the camera, and we need leaders who can look at old problems and find new solutions. I won't accept a dime of corporate PAC money because San Diegans deserve a congresswoman who doesn't answer to anyone but them. Okay? Doesn't answer to anyone but them. So, where is Sara Jacobs getting all of this money that she's spending on television ads and so forth? I wonder. Here is an ad for Georgette Gomez. So out of the many, many ads for Sara Jacobs that I received in the mail, I received this one for Georgette Gomez. It's paid for by Georgette Gomez for California, where Sara Jacobs are paid for by two different organizations. One is Sara Jacobs for California. The other is called Forward California. So we're going to look into what Forward California is in a sec. This one, Georgette Gomez, talks about her endorsements, and then she goes on the attack, saying that Sara Jacobs supports the Trump tax cuts for big corporations, and she's quoted here as, "We should have lowered corporate tax rates." From the Union Tribune. So I did go to this article and I read through it, and while she does say we should have lowered corporate tax rates, she does say that the Trump budget went too low, and she talks about some other things. So it's a little bit misleading, but she's still saying that corporate tax rates should be low, much lower than other people may think is necessary. That said, Irwin Jacobs, who is a major donor, again, her grandfather, a major donor to the KPBS, may have put some leverage on them, but they reported recently that this negative ad produced by Gomez was deceptive, and it was saying these things about Sara Jacobs. But really, Sara Jacobs said that, and she does believe in lowering corporate tax rates. And why wouldn't she? I mean, she is an heir to the Qualcomm corporation. It is a corporation. Irwin Jacobs was the founder of Qualcomm, a major corporation. Moving on. We know that Irwin Jacobs is a very wealthy man, and he was the founder of Qualcomm, and his children and grandchildren have all benefited from the wealth that he produced and that Qualcomm continues to produce for them and their family. So let's take a look at what the campaign contribution limits are for people. Individual contributions. So for Joan Jacobs, and which is Irwin's wife, and Irwin Jacobs, they can only, and any of the Jacobs family, they can only contribute $2,800 per election to their daughter's campaign, directly to their daughter's campaign. $2,800. That's it. No more. Okay. So where is all this advertising money coming from? Here is a website called Open Secrets, and we're going to take a look at Forward California, which is the super PAC, the Political Action Committee, that was created. It says, note, this committee is a single candidate super PAC in support of Sara Jacobs. Sole support is for Sara Jacobs. In 2020, they are listed as raising $1.5 million and having spent $1.5 million. Okay, that's a lot of money. So who are the donors? Look at that. Joan Jacobs and Irwin Jacobs. They each contributed $750,000. Add that together, you get $1.5 million. Okay, and that went to Sara Jacobs. And what did they spend it on? Let's take a look. Here we have broadcast ads. Media is broadcast ads, web ads, miscellaneous media, polling surveys, and other things. Okay, pie chart breakdown. So media, $1.1 million total. This giant blue Pac-Man is television ads, it's digital ads, it's advertised, it's mailers, all kinds. Okay, so this is how they get away with it. $1.1 million going to media advertising of all kinds by bypassing the individual contribution laws and creating this political action committee to solely support their granddaughter for election to the House of Representatives to represent us, District 53. This is the way they are buying the election, okay? This type of advertising is unable to be achieved by Georgette Gomez. And this powerhouse of this Democratic super donor, Irwin Jacobs, is spending all of this money to raise the awareness, make her name more recognizable than Georgette Gomez, and basically, just kind of drilling it into the psyches of all of us, who watch television, who will go online and reside in San Diego. So if you look around elsewhere on the web, Ballotpedia, for example, you'll see that Sara Jacobs was a candidate in the 49th district. She lost the primary election on June 5th, 2018, and then she jumped on the 53rd as soon as Susan Davis announced that she was retiring. There's also an interesting article I found here. Irwin Jacobs, $9.9 million drives his granddaughter's house hopes. So in the 49th to the 53rd congressional districts from September 10th of 2019, all right, in the San Diego Reader. Here we see Irwin Jacobs came up with a total of $2.5 million for Women Vote. Women Vote is detailed here as being another political action committee, another PAC that he's contributed large amounts of money to, and they in turn purchased advertising and other things to support Sara Jacobs' candidacy in the 49th district. So Irwin Jacobs is spending millions of dollars to get his granddaughter elected. He's creating super PACs to bypass campaign contribution laws, and to spend millions on advertising to elevate Sara Jacobs in the public eye, to elevate her and to increase her name recognizability, her familiarity. People know who Sara Jacobs now is because they are bombarded. They are barraged with Sara Jacobs advertising of all kinds, mailers, television advertising, and things that are just the Georgette Gomez campaign is unable to do. They're unable to compete with that, and it's terrible. But despite Irwin Jacobs' many contributions over the years to the California Democratic Party, and him being known as a super donor of the California Democratic Party and the Democratic Party in general, despite those facts, the California Democratic Party does not endorse Sara Jacobs. The California Democratic Party endorses Georgette Gomez. There you have it, folks. This is how Irwin Jacobs is buying the election for his granddaughter. I hope this helps somebody. Please review the links. I'll include them in the description for you to review for your own and make your own decisions. And then hopefully vote for who you think is the best candidate. All right. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.